The opportunity to create 3D things that gives me the space and it just gives me the arena to have fun and make things that make people laugh.
I had a taste of Shin's brand of humor when I accidentally extracted a walrus's tusk. Met Boob Woman and found a pig inside a python. It was like being in a box of chocolates, not knowing exactly what you're going to get. Drawing her inspiration from pets, animal documentaries, and her own memories, Shin has a knack for recognizing the quirk in everyday situations.
When I was a kid and I was in school and this classmate beside me, he sneezed and this huge mucus was right across his face and was green color, and that left a really deep impression in me. So recently I just did a bag, and this bag had a face and the little bag had like a green cloth that's sticking out of his nose.
But if you think it's all just fun and games here, think again. Opened in May of 2008, this is a serious little business that is surviving the current recession. As designer, seamstress, and salesperson all rolled into one, Shin is determined to prove that she is not a kiddo just fooling around, but neither is she willing to compromise and do whatever is asked of her.
It does make money. On the good months, it makes really a fair bit. For an artist, I just use the bad times to explore works that I couldn't give the time that I could during the good months. I just don't take any orders where the customers are telling me, I don't want stripes, I don't want this color and that color, and it just so many limitations where I cannot even see what's gonna come up. If I have to keep giving in, I think ultimately the whole me of the work is just completely gone or something, and I wouldn't be happy creating it, and it would just be such a sad piece of order that I really wouldn't want to make money from it.
Spoken like a true artist indeed. There's probably a creative bug lurking in me as well, and it didn't take long before I got needled into making one. Well, you can never have enough friends and toys in life, and today I will get to bring home both.
This is a very appropriate time to tell you that on the last episode of I Get Paid To, I actually found something that is very relaxing to do, and you must admit I'm quite good at sewing. Actually, there is something therapeutic in sewing.
Yeah, but until the needle pricks, then...
Then you kind of get a wake-up call from your daydream, and...
It's fine. It's really good.
Let's see how strong it is.
Oh, I heard a tear, but it's good.
I heard that too. Okay. Can I actually use this as a How much do you put in it, or it doesn't really matter? You can make it fat or skinny. Or...
That would be nice.
And it feels much better than stuffing a chicken or a turkey. This one is cleaner. Okay, I think we're done.
Okay.
Still looks kind of scary without a mouth.
So we'll take this and you
Draw a
can
mouth?
Draw, yeah.
Shall we use red?
Yes, you can.
Okay. Maybe red wasn't such a good idea. It looks
The woman peanut. A butt crack.
Butt crack, yay! I get to do a butt crack. So, what do you think?
Good.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yes.
I created my own finger puppet. You look kind of scary, but he looks like someone from The Office. I'm not gonna tell you who.
Coming up next, which fashionista wouldn't trade her day job to be in her shoes? Except me, perhaps.
What I get paid to.
Asian consumers are becoming more affluent, But as markets remain greatly diversified, what exactly is the price of a best buy?
When it comes to the pricing strategies, we would have to look at a brand equity and a value proposition.
In times like these, people go for sure value, and therefore you end up getting far better market share.
Is cheap bad for business? On Asia's Business Leaders, tonight at 9:30.
From a dynasty long before my time, it's a privilege just to wear it. To feel the generations that have worn it before, to covet its resilience, to gaze upon its beauty. From a dynasty long before my time, it's a privilege just to wear it.
UOB Privilege Banking. Your life, our privilege.
Whether you're traveling within the region or miles away from home, you can now watch Channel News Asia's latest news and informative current affairs programs live online. Simply log on to www.channelnewsasia.com/live and download the TVU player for free to start watching.
Hello and a very warm welcome to the Vulcan Island.
Stay connected and up to date wherever you are through news with Asian perspectives. Only on channelnewsasia.com.
Far from the modern centre of Singapore lie two very different islands. With our cameras in hand, we're embarking on an offshore photographic adventure from Pulau Ubin to the Semakau landfill.
Join me, Tom Ang, with my guest photographers as we explore Scene City, Singapore.
Wednesday, 8:30 p.m, exclusively on Channel News Asia.
We had a listener write in, and this is what she said. Dear FD, I'm so tired of studying.
I have tuition classes every day, but it's not enough. Mommy says I need to do well to get a scholarship, but I can't take it anymore.
I hear that in 2007, 3,000 kids sought help from the mental hospital. Will I be one of them? Are we stressing our kids to death? Blog TV, Thursday, 9:30 p.m.
What I get paid to.
Somebody extremely wise once said, choose a job you love and you will never have to work a day in your life. Okay, so Confucius wasn't exactly a shopper, but he probably had someone like her in mind. Do not be fooled by what you are seeing. Donna is not idling away. Truth is, she is hard at work market researching, for she is the editor of a shopping magazine.
A shopping magazine is not a concept that men understand easily, but most women get right away. Essentially what it means is that, for one thing, we pack in more products than any other magazine in the market. You get to see an edit of essentially the best stuff that's available right now. The latest stuff, the best stuff from all over Singapore, all sorts of shops, from designer to tiny independent shops to HDB areas.
For someone who studied English literature in university and was expected to be a teacher or civil servant, Donna is not exactly what you would call a glamour girl. But her shopping instincts are as well-honed as her love for words. With years of writing for fashion and beauty under her belt, there is no better way to bring the two big loves of her life onto the same page. Bi-weekly homage to retail therapy.
Women love to shop. Shopping's just in our blood. You know, you go to a supermarket, you see women comparing melons, you know, to find the one right at the bottom that somehow is better than the rest, or even cartons of milk that all look the same. We just tend to compare and gather the best things. And I don't think this instinct we'll see is even in a recession. I wouldn't say they look for bargains as much as they look for value, because I think women have an innate understanding of when something is worth the price.
It doesn't say women's dream job on her name card, but Donna does enjoy one perk that has many turning green in envy. An exclusive peek at the latest months before it comes the way of other mere mortals.
It's very interesting for me to see how a big trend becomes a different version of itself. Something that women actually want to wear. That's about fashion becoming relevant. It's about fashion becoming a part of real people's lives. And I've got like a whole team of personal shoppers. Whatever I like that they borrow, I say, don't return that. I want to buy it. So that's the great part about the job, I suppose.
Mention Fashion Magazine editor and The Devil Wears Prada comes to mind. There are lots of terrifying stereotypes on film and television, but Donna seems worlds away from them. Grounded and level-headed, she is one who works as hard as she plays, hence shops.
I wouldn't say I'm a control freak, although I suppose my team might disagree. But I do try to get involved in every aspect of the magazine, primarily because I think a magazine, by definition, is a collection of a lot of different people's taste and opinions and visions, really. And I think the most successful way to create a product like that is if still some one vision combines everything, pulls it together into something coherent. It's also about being a problem solver, because all manner of things go wrong. People cancel on shoots, models get sick, it rains when you've planned a location shoot. You really have to think on your feet. There is no time to panic. There's no time to fluster or to whine or to bitch about, things going wrong. You just have to fix it because everybody's on a deadline.
Donna may not be the arbiter of taste like top fashion editor Anna Wintour, but she has her strong convictions that fashion should never enslave. Clothes may make it the man, or in this case, the woman, but good taste is not about piling the latest trends on yourself just to make a statement.
Personal style interests me because it's people telling their own story, I suppose. It's people telling you how they're feeling today. In little subtle ways that mean something to them, which is very individual to them. I don't think there's any fun in dictating what people should do. Maybe then I should be a lawmaker instead. No, I'm here to help people have fun with what they want to do. I'm here to save people time by shopping for them. Yeah, not to dictate people's taste.
After the break, I join in the fun by shopping to style a female reader. Wish me luck.
What I get paid to.
Asian consumers are becoming more affluent, but as markets remain greatly diversified, what exactly is the price of a best buy?
When it comes to the pricing strategies, we would have to look at a brand equity and a value proposition.
In times like these, people go for sure value, and therefore you end up getting far better market share.
Is cheap bad for business? On Asia's Business Leaders, tonight at 9:30.
I've never had a student like you. You brake properly. You change gears smoothly. Your skill is amazing. You would be a perfect Formula One driver.
Why are you playing this music? This is their song!
Spoofs from local television programs. And familiar impersonations. That's what one can expect at the Extraordinary V Conference. Now into its third year of the series, director Beatrice Chia says they use the whole world as its playground to make its digs.
We look at the headlines and we look at the stuff that people are talking about, and then we try to give it our own spin on it.
Still, when it comes to local issues, the cast are happy that Singaporeans are getting more receptive to the idea of just laughing at themselves, even when it comes to sticky topics like the recent Aware saga, which is featured in the play.
This is one of the topics that we are particularly very careful with. And we have found a way. We even have a legal counsel on this year's project. We never had that.
Want a weekend getaway without actually leaving home? Then book a place with Channel News Asia's trio of weekend destinations. From soaking up the hot springs of Japan to discovering fun and funky thrills in Korea and experiencing the untouched nature of Taiwan's countryside. We've got something for everyone's travel tastes. So join us every Saturday and Sunday for a relaxing getaway to 3 different destinations, starting at these times on your Channel News Asia weekend. The skylines in Asian cities change rapidly. Cost of living has forced multinationals and homegrown brands to reconsider where they operate their businesses out of. Property prices have also transformed the way Asians lived, with the rising costs of prime districts in Asia affecting its suburbia. Monitoring the latest in the cost of doing business and living in Asia, Channel News Asia.
What I get paid to.
Donna Tang is the editor of the only shopping magazine in Singapore, a small outfit up against some serious rivalry from bigger names. And for one day only, I am joining her young and dynamic team as a stylist. My mission impossible? To find clothes, shoes, bags, and accessories for a female reader who's heading to New York for a fashion holiday. All within 1 hour and 45 minutes. In case I tarnish the good name of the male shopper, I came under the watchful eye of style journalist Amanda.
This one is interesting.
Okay.
What is it?
A vest?
I see. So I guess you need something inside.
Yes.
Right. What do you think? Just like that, nothing else.
I'm sure. Something like that will
She might turn heads.
She will definitely turn heads, not for a good reason.
She won't be comfortable wearing something like this and nothing else. Okay, that's an option. Okay, this is not as easy as I thought. This will look good with the jacket we got downstairs. One of them anyway. Or black.
You see, this is exactly what guys do. They choose something they like and then they always go for like different colors.
Exactly
of the same
what
thing.
guys do. But see, that's how I shop. I find something that fits and I'll take the whole spectrum of colors in the same size.
It's not about creating a magazine that's full of stuff that I like or that I like to wear, because who's going to read that except for me and, you know, maybe my mother. You know, it's really about picking out things that other people will like. It's about finding that balance so that there's something in the magazine for everybody to fall in love with.
This is
a belt. It's not a hat. I hope you realize that.
Oh,
You're supposed to wear it around your waist. So you can be like a pretty present for someone.
But it might take a lot of work for her to actually figure out how to wear this.
Yeah. Travel friendly. She mustn't have to like fuss over it.
Yeah,
and
and if you put this in your suitcase, you'll need to steam it. And by the way, the best way to steam your clothes when you're traveling is as soon as you reach your hotel, you turn on the really hot water, close the doors, turn off the exhaust, and leave all your clothes in there. You go out, do whatever you need to do. You come back at night, your clothes will be straight down. That's what I do.
So as we sifted through the racks and ponder over endless possibilities, that old refrain about men coming from Mars and women from Venus came into mind. I had a feeling that I was styling for another species, not another gender. There were terms to add to my vocabulary too, such as statement heels and structured heels. Whatever happened to plain old high heels? With a mix of confidence and trepidation, I hauled my loot back for Donna's expert judgment.
So yeah, this one kind of very schoolgirl going out on a Saturday night that has, you know, a curfew at midnight kind of thing.
Schoolgirl like primary 1 schoolgirl?
It's a bit too small.
Because this looks like it's a child's jacket, doesn't it?
Actually, now that you mention it.
We'll try it on her later though.
Hey, I can fit, so.
Seriously?
Okay, well, if that jacket doesn't work, she can always go like this. And
Yeah, that's quite cute for a party, probably. Okay, well, I kind of like what you did with the belt
okay.
to break up the print
Mm-hmm.
and to emphasize the ruffled detail on the dress. So I think the belt was a good touch.
I like the jacket a lot. I think it's quite unique.
I thought this actually showed particular insight on your part because most young stylists or new stylists aren't able to identify pieces with no hanger appeal. I'm surprised you picked something like this out.
Trying to be different.
It worked.
You don't like the dress, right?
Well, I liked it better when you covered it up with the jacket.
So Donna, what do you think about my choices?
I think it was a valiant attempt for a first time. You clearly like color, which I think is always a fun touch.
Which is hard to find in Singapore, I think.
It is, it's true. Did you have fun?
It was fun, challenging. I will probably not shop with a woman ever again.
No. So we should offer you a job here then?
No, I don't think so. But hey, having said that, we kind of finished the task in about time limit that you gave. So.
Okay, that's good. And some of the pieces you've picked out are really trendy. The necklace, the hairband. But honestly, I think the individual bits kind of are better than the whole.
Okay.
Yeah. But hey, I mean, you don't dress women, so it's not your fault.
No, I dress myself.
And the tiny jacket is hilarious.
This was, yeah, okay.
As I bade a fond farewell to my moonlighting days, I realized that after 6 weeks, I'm a jack of 12 trades, but clearly a master of none. I may have failed miserably in all the sports-related professions, and my technical knowledge in specialized trades was often lacking. But I have found new respect for those brave enough to chase their dreams, and I'm glad to have walk in their shoes, even if it's just for a day.
Understand Asia. Asian Perspectives. Channel News Asia.
Very reason Indonesia is suffering today from terrorism is because it has no ISA.
The ISA is used quite liberally.